Hey guys, it's Mary and welcome back to Study Journey. Welcome back to the Python series. This is episode 5 of the Recursion Series. In today's episode, we're going to be finishing off merge sort. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so in the previous episode, we have started on merge sort, and remember this is going to be taking a list, dividing it in half, and then sorting each side of the list, and then putting them together. So yesterday we've already defined everything except for how we're going to merge these two halves together to make this. And that is what we're going to do today. So remember, this side is a sorted list, this side is a sorted list, but how do we put these two together? Well, in the definition, as we can see, it states that it repeatedly divides the list into two until all elements are separated. And then the pairs of elements are then compared and placed into order and combined. So how we're going to do this is, as we can see, here's the sorted list, right? 2, 3, 7, 16, and then 4, 9, 11, 24. So how we put these together, well, we can look at this diagram right here. So here are the two halves of the list, right? 2, 3, 7, 16, and then 4, 9, 11, 24. First, the indices are all at the beginning numbers. So first we have the left index and then the right index. And then this is going to be the beginning index and then the middle index plus 1. And then we have the left end and then the right end. And that is the middle index and then the ending index. So basically the left index is going to be the beginning index, and then the right index is one more than the middle index, and then so on for the rest of those. So the index is just going to be the beginning index. While the left index is less than or equal to the left end, and the right index is less than or equal to the right end. So what this means is, remember, the left index was the beginning index, and then the left end was the middle index. So when this is less than the middle index, and then the right index is less than the right end, then we are going to compare these two lists. So if this number right here is less than this one right here, then we're going to be choosing this number as the first number in the list. Because remember, these two are already sorted, so these two should be the smallest numbers in each comparative list. So if in the merged list, with the left index, this is referring to the first number. If this number is less than or equal to the merged list right index, so the number with the right index in this merged list, then for our number list, for the index for our number list, it's going to be, because the index is the beginning index, right? So basically this is saying the number for the beginning index in our new list is going to be the smaller one. So it's going to be the merged list left index. And then after this, we're going to increment the index by 1. And then we're also going to increment the left index by 1 because we have already used this left number right here. So basically we're moving the index by 1 right here. And so now that we have already used 2, the 2 is going to come down, and we're going to start comparing the 3 with the 4. And so the index, instead of being up here, instead of the 2 being on 2, it's going to go to 3. But otherwise, meaning if the number on the right was less than the number on the left, so if this number was smaller than this number, then we're going to be basically doing the same thing right here, except it's going to be the right index, and we're going to be incrementing the right index. So this is when the left index is less than or equal to the left end. So this index is less than this number right here. The right index is less than this last one right here. But when it ends, so for example, we're going to keep comparing, right? So this 2 is out, we already used the 2. And then now we're going to be comparing 3 and 4. Well, we can see the smaller number is 3, so I'm going to add 3 right here. The 3 is gone, and we're going to be comparing now 4 and 7. Well, we can see that 4 is smaller, so I'm going to put 4 down. And then we're going to move this to 9. Now we're comparing 7 and 9. Well, 7 is smaller, so I'm going to add 7. Erase this, and then increment it again. And then it's going to compare this with 9. So I'm going to do it to 9. This increments, this erases. Now 11 and 16, well, 11. And then this is going to be gone. And then we're going to put 16 down here. Okay, but now after we have 16, how are we going to increment this index, right? If we increment the index by 1, it's going to go to nothing. So when we prevent this, how do we prevent this? Well, this is when the left index is greater than the left end, right? If we increment it by 1, it's going to be more than what the list originally contained. So if the left index is greater than the left end, then for I in range from the right index to the end index plus 1, meaning the last one in the list, the number in the number list, so like this number right here, is going to be the rest of the merged list with I or whatever number we did for right here. And then we're going to increment the index. So basically what this is saying is once this list is over, we're just going to put whatever we have on this side down to our number list. So in this case, we just have 24. But for example, if there was like 2 more numbers after this, so for example, if there was 24, 26, and 30, we're just going to put the rest of these numbers down below. And then we had to do the same for the other side. So instead of the left end being out, what if the right index was greater than the right end? Well, it's going to be the left index for I in range from the left index to the middle index plus 1. We're still going to do this for the merged list, and then we're going to increment it by 1. So this is what it should do. And after this, we should have the sorted list. Okay, so I'm going to comment out the ones for above, and now we're going to test our merge sort. So how we're going to do this is first we have to write a list, and I'm going to just make this list the same as the one right here. So 7, 3, 2, 16. And then 24, 4, 11, 9. And then I'm going to call the sorted list, and it's going to be the merge sort. And it's going to take in the list that we just wrote. And then I'm going to print the sorted list. Okay, Command S to save, and then let's open our terminal. This is in the folder CS practice, and this is called sort. So we're going to Python 3 sort.py. And this is on line 88. Let's just delete that. And as we can see, it has our sorted list. And so this is the last part of our sorted list, and we have just sorted lists in 3 different ways. So we can we can sort a list with selection sort, bubble sort, or merge sort. And these are 3 different ways to sort the list. And so in all of these, we have used recursion to sort these lists, which is calling the function within itself. And so now we have learned recursion and the different types of sorts.